surface lies the beauty that transcends the ordinary. Welcome to another exciting episode of Eating Beauty, where we uncover the beauty in every aspect of our lives. I'm Agumbiade Alice. It's the giving and not giving segment of the show. Today we are diving into the world of painting. Ladies, what do you feel about this particular painting?
I think the painting is cute. It is nature, so yeah, it is beautiful. You can see the sun setting, and then you can see the cloud.
Yeah.
It is looking so beautiful, and then you can see trees, animals, which represent nature. So it is beautiful. It is given.
I agree with that. It's given because I love nature, and it's all natural. So the trees, the sunset, like Kachi said, and the lake as well, the animals too, and it's definitely given. I can use this as a decor in my sitting room or something in my home. So yeah, it's given. I like it.
Very much given. Yeah, and not just your sitting room decor. I don't think it's even selective. You can use it anywhere. In the room.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
Even
and
for your office.
It is very simple. I even like the artists'
Creativity.
creativity and eyes
The
for
way it is
details.
separated.
Artists
Very-
really
yes.
did good with the shadow because there's like
Exactly,
a shadow
the blurred
tree. Yeah.
part of the.
Is this like a pencil drawing or something? I don't know. I can't
No,
differentiate.
It's
It's a painting.
It's a painting.
So for
Simple
me,
and
it's
really talented.
also giving.
Same
And
given.
I love the fact that the artist is trying to send a message of wildlife preservation. The elephants actually depict strength and the fact that there is a need for us to actually preserve
wildlife.
our wildlife. Elephant signifies strength. Their talks is even a sign of royalty, I think, in the Igbo land. I love the fact that the artist was able to take us into the worlds of the elephant. I won't say animal because
Yeah.
it's precisely elephant. So
Elephant.
let's take a look at the second painting. How do you think?
These kind of paintings, anytime I look at it, it's hard to decipher the exact meaning that the artist might have wanted to portray. So I mean, you can see some market women perhaps, and you can see the abalumo, as Yorubas call it, the fruit in front of them. Abalumo, sorry. And then the other woman is, I don't know whether she's crying, and then there are some women and perhaps men, I think I can see men too, hawking some stuff behind. And I don't know what the shading, the colors, the different colors mean, the pink down, the yellow. I can't really point a particular meaning, but I can see some meanings there. There are a variety of meanings. So I can
see strength. I can see struggles,
Struggle,
and also
yeah.
that comes with, like, look at this: the mother backing a baby, and also at the same time hawking. So yes,
Well, for me, is it given or not?
it's
given.
given.
I think
Okay,
it's
so
given.
for me, it's given because there is a popular phrase: "Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder," which means you give meaning to what you see. You either decide if it is beautiful or not based on your visual, yes, your perception. So for this painting, to me, it is very, very, very unique. In as much as there are different stories attached to it based on what I'm seeing from my lens, I think the part where there is a reflection, yellow reflection, it's I can say it is during the day, the sun is shining, and then you see people coming out from their various homes, going to hustle during the day, which means people hustle during the day.
I can see that.
And then when you take a look at the second part, which is like somehow blue,
Yeah.
it is depicting
They're going back.
evening, which means people are done. And if you look at the people, you see that they are backing they're backing us, they're backing the painting, which means they are going home. They are done hustling and they are going home. They're done for the day. And then these two women, it's them sitting down. You know, sometimes when you go to hustle, you might not, your expectations might not be what you, yes, you might not be able to meet up to them. So these two women, look at her. She is looking at our goods, and then probably in her mind, she's like,
"Why didn't I see that before?
Oh my God!" She's like, probably in her mind, she's like, "Oh God, today I have so many children to feed at home, and then what is this? Imagine there is no. I'm sure she has not sold anything, and then she is showing her frustration more. So this to depict like the struggle market women go through when they go to the market to sell, not just market women, business owners and all, and then they don't meet up to the expectation. This is beautiful. It is.
I think I was struggling a bit with trying to understand the message, but based on what Kachi has just said, I think I get a clear picture of what the painting portrays.
And what I really love is the fact that the artist is able to, you know, couple different stories together in one piece of art. Yeah, it is commendable.
Given.
That is it on the giving and not giving segment. Stay with us, more stories coming up.
I almost died in the hospital. I got the opportunity to reflect on my life, and I realized I'm not happy in this marriage. Tell me, what do you think you have contributed positively to this marriage?
Welcome to the discussion segment of Hidden Beauty. Today we shine the spotlight on the art of storytelling in Nollywood, compelling stories that captivate audience worldwide. Joining us on this conversation is a talented actor with 6 decades of experience and a renowned screenwriter, Prince Jide Kosoko. Thank you so much for joining us again on the show.
Welcome back on board.
Thank you.
So, sir, the stories you tell through your films, what inspires them?
We have screenwriters. We have just people that may have a story on their own that they want to give a screenwriter. So what I'm trying to say is that if the screenwriter is given an assignment to help develop a story and a topic is given, that is a different thing. But at times, a story might even be handed over to the screenwriter, you know, to work on. So that story will dictate the approach. I mean, exactly what the story, the script will treat. But depending on the topic, it is the topic that will now determine what and what should be part of that script. Take, for example, if you are asked to write a script on Nigeria independence, so definitely you will want to look at where it started. Okay, Nigeria got independence, so yeah. How does it happen? Who introduced it? Who started it? Who are those behind such actions before we were let go by the British? So definitely you will start that story from the origin for you to be able to get to the root. However, when you are writing that script, your script may not actually start from there. It all depends on the kind of action you want to bring forward. And of course, your target audience. So if you have a target audience, you know what exactly you want to sell to them. You can give an intro into that and quickly move back to the body of the story. Like I always say, my own style, it is not as if I write script now. But then when we, in our own orientation, when we started, you just have to do everything. Write a script, act, produce, even continuity, your camera. I remember there was a time I shot a film about 6 scenes in UK. I was the cameraman, I was the lead actor. I would just have someone to stand in for me. Align the camera, trigger, quickly, call action, quickly run back, go back, put it on. So those are the things we do then. But I still have this belief that a good script, as far as I'm concerned, must have those suspenses. Yes. Intermittently, not just holding people from the beginning and releasing them at the end of the script. No, you grip them, grip, release until you get to the end of the script. By so doing, you are carrying them along.
Thank you very much, sir, for that insight. And I know that screenwriters, especially in Nigeria, are very intentional about promoting African culture. But I want to hear from your perspective, like how intentional are, especially the people you've worked with, how intentional are they in promoting African culture with the stories that they write?
What is in vogue at the cinemas now is more of culturally based productions, promoting African culture, historical. Yes. But it depends on what the originator of, in fact, the owner, whoever is giving that story, what they want. If you are asking me to write an historical script, then I have to make a lot of research. I have to ensure that at least all the facts are there, even if I am not going to say it completely. But then you must be close to it. And apart from that, you see, every good movie must be entertaining, no matter whatever it is, even if it is historical, it is any production at all, even if it is social satire, you must still have those things. Entertainment, you give necessary information to, which the contents of that script. You let people know, your viewers, there are things they want to know that they don't know. And you must have done that job by research to hand it over to them in drama form. And that is it.
We all know that there is no how a movie can be produced by one individual. It is a collaborative work. The executive producer, the script writers, and the cameraman, and what have you. So my question is, how do you collaborate with directors and other crew in order to bring a movie, to bring a story to life? How do you collaborate with them?
Like you said, it's a collaboration of everybody. In fact, the actors come last. So definitely they will have the first script, which the originator will look into. If it is good enough, make corrections, go for the second script. They may even go for the third one to be able to get to the final stage of that script. Now, what follows? They have different styles. Some will be okay with that script, but others, like me, I will still want to have a script conference even after the script. Let all hands be on deck. The director, the production manager, the this, the that. Let's sit together at a script conference. Let's look at what this man has done again. Then we ask questions. The scriptwriter is also there to, explain why he's doing this or why he has inserted this or that. Then we chip in our own suggestions too. If they are relevant, we all agree, and the next draft will come, which will be the final one that we will all work on.
Okay, sir.
So it is something that no individual can just complete. It's a collaboration.
One of the things I love doing, I enjoy doing, is writing stories, and I'm very sure there are other young people out there who have passion for scripting. So for people like us, that when we write our stories, it just feels like we are the only one. We will write the story and then we'll be the one to read the story, and it ends there. So what advice can you give to us? Is it that there is a website we can submit the story and it will be reviewed, and then it will be, I don't know, what advice do you have for us? Because we also want our stories to be,
But
featured.
get it straight. Your story is not the script. Your story is just a story. Okay. And the script writer will need to put life into that story. But the mistake some of the young story writers do is, the moment they have a story, they thought they have everything. I gave you my script now. That is not your script. That is not script. It's just a story. Now, personally, I may not be able to answer you correctly on how you can sell your story, because I don't buy stories.
Okay, you write them yourself?
Personally, I don't buy stories. I write my stories and hand it over to the script writer to develop. So, but this, if you are fortunate enough to see someone who is willing to invest or who is willing to take, or anybody, look for script writers. I think we have script guild of screen writers. You can approach them, tell them you have a story, and if they are interested, so be it.
Okay, so when you're writing your stories, what are the process? Like, is it that it just drops in your head and then
you have said it already.
process?
If it drops, just write it out.
Okay.
Tomorrow you can look at it again
And
still change and write.
So there is nothing beyond the ordinary. I don't know.
You see, stories comes in different ways. Some people get inspirations maybe when they are bathing. Some maybe when they are sleeping, they just have a dream and try to develop that dream. And various, it comes in different ways.
Thank you so much, sir.
So, sir, what challenges do you think Nollywood scriptwriters face? The challenges?
Funding
Funding
in the sense that some of their contractors, some of those that contract them to write a script, or anyone who's aspiring to produce that movie, will have even tell them, I don't want an elaborate, I just want to
manage
manageable.
The script writer will want to ask, how far do you want me to go? Otherwise, there is a way to always do it. A situation where we need to use an aeroplane, we may decide to use Okada. You understand? But with the story, we still be the same, but the aesthetics
Not be the same.
So now funding is part of it, because some good scripts, very good scripts, by the time they start looking for who will sponsor the project, who will do this, who will do that, they start seeing that for them to achieve that production, both the principal photographer up to post-production, everything, they will be needing, say, 500 million naira, for example. So that means you will start looking for who can fund that production, either in partnership or he's selling a script or whatever. But he has to be sure that what he has in the script is achievable. with the minimal amount that is available.
Okay.
So those are part of the challenges. And a lot of them just believe they know it all. They just start writing scripts like that. But intelligent ones will make a lot of research.
Yes.
It will take their time.
And time also matters. Some producers will give a contract of scripts to a script writer, and they will be dictating, look, I want it in 2 weeks, so in 3 weeks, I want to go one
Yes,
shoot.
the urgency.
There's no how you a script writer will
And
calm
script
down.
writing,
Do that.
it takes time
It takes time.
for a good script.
Okay, so how can we avoid repetition of stories or scripts? Because I've watched quite a numbers of movies that it's as if they did the same thing.
Taye Mafikpari, the stories, we are just, it's the same thing, circulating them, the same thing. But like I said, 100 directors, 100 different ideas. Script writers differs. The same story you are giving to A, you give the same story to another script writer. What they will come up with are two different things. Starting from different places. It may even be the same story. So, whichever one is substandard will now be seen as copying the good one. So, most stories are very, very, there is nothing you want to do that is too new. But it will be new by virtue of what you put in there.
The creativity.
You know.
Yes.
Yes, a billionaire want to build a house. He goes on top of a hill and build a beautiful house there. And I want to build my own house. I'll go and build my house on the sea, very active sea, so that you need to enter boat before coming to my house. You see, this house is house. Is it not house?
Different perspectives.
Sir, another question that I'll be asking on a final note is, how can we promote our culture through script writing, storytelling, and acting generally?
That is one of the jobs of the script writers. They have to critically look at what the society wants at times. Ordinarily, it's not supposed to be. It is the script that should dictate what is happening in the society. But because money is involved, investment is involved, I really want to do a production attacking Oloshos. If I believe Oloshos are the ones that I want to sell my... So that means Mama Lord film. You understand? So if I want to condemn their work, then that script must be very, very,
Very good.
I will still attack them in a way, but make sure some of them are still good.
Still good.
Some are bad. And why are they bad? And why is he good? Why is she good?
And what
You
inspired
understand?
them to
So
start the business?
you have given them room to start having choice. You are number one because of the way you blah, 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 and things like that. Then if you cannot write a script that people will have some sort of arguments over, then it's not too good a script. There must be different. Yes, we can all agree that the movie is beautiful. But you have critical analysis from you will indicate that
There is a comma.
comma. You have your own comma. If we put all the comma, if you are not careful, you condemn the movie. Because there is no perfect movie.
Yes.
You must get something. When we were much younger, we used to go and watch Indian films. But now we start seeing it as what don't you be dummy? The acting is at times very funny to me.
Finally, sir, I believe storytelling should promote morals, but these days sometimes we found them wanting in our
Your
stories.
movie will be the first to be attacked on social media. You talk too much of morals. But then, we still need to correct it. So automatically, people do things that are backed with some good reasons. Funny enough, you can see the way we do a lot of romances in movies now, even where we want husband and wife or girlfriend and boyfriend to have fun on their bed. Mere removing your clothes and putting off the lights.
It's enough.
We are Africans, but because our people want us to do it exactly the way
The westernized way.
they are doing it, something that has bastardized our tradition and culture, something that has put us in this mess.
Thank you so much, sir. That was really an eye-opener that our storytelling can be a weapon of teaching morals to the society. And it's a blessing to talk with our Agba. Yes, a legend, a talented. And that is all we can take on today's episode. Thank you so much for staying with us. Until next time, stay beautiful. See you next time. Bye.
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 So beautiful.